Hello, and welcome to Eat and Talk Africa. Food goes beyond its nutritional value. It is a means to gather, to share, and bond. Together, we are going to rediscover Afro cooking and its fusion with other cuisines, while having meaningful discussions that are helpful to our community. We are going to cook, we're going to have conversations, we are going to learn together. My name is Jamil Bah. Now, please step into my kitchen. Welcome to Eat and Talk Africa with Chef Jamil Bah. Today, I'm not going to be cooking at all. I'm not going to be cutting anything. I'm not going to be chopping anything at all, right? But I'm going to be talking about something that's very important to me, and that is a question I've always asked myself, even growing up. But living here in the U.S. Brought this question even more to the forefront. And I know it's 2020 and we live in the area, but this question is still relevant, especially for my African brother. I'm not trying to single any population out, but I think it's worth discussing at least. And the question is, have you ever wondered the benefit of having both parents who know how to cook? I mean, mom knows how to cook, dad knows how to cook. We all are different, that's true. But at the same time, I feel like when we're talking about forming a family, when we're talking about being together and having kids, we expect each other to have some common skills and common character, common things that we have to do. We expect both of us, in some sense, to either work, or sometimes just dad work, mom doesn't work, or mom work, dad doesn't work. But when it comes to educating our kid, when it comes to doing things in our household, I think it's more important, or it's more beneficial, should I say, to have both parents that can cook. Now, yes, you can grow up and not know how to cook. That's totally different. But in our countries, as you know, in Africa, in some areas, we just choose to not show our kids, when I say our kid, our boys, how to cook. Growing up, I was lucky to be introduced to cooking, by my mom. And my mom introduced me to cooking because why? On my mom's side, my great grandpa was a chef. And this, I'm talking about a chef, this is a very controversial. It was controversial back then, in the 50s, 60s, maybe, I think in the 40s even, should I say, to have somebody who, as a boy in Africa, was more interested into cooking than going to the farm and do other things. So for those who know the history of Togo, and I'm not going to go that far, but my great grandfather was a chef. So with that, he made it a point to have all male figure of his family or descendant. He made a point that we also grow up knowing and learning how to cook, because he saw the importance of it. He loved it as a career, but he saw also the importance of it. Today, I have my son that is 16, about to turn 17. I'm making sure that I'm teaching him how to cook as well, because you know what? Not because I'm a chef. No, it's not just that. But I believe it's more beneficial. I believe that we have to change our mind in Africa. Because this video that I'm recording is mostly for folks in Africa and also folks in here as well. We're growing up, we're having kids here, and then we are just bringing a new generation up front. What are we teaching them? What are we teaching them? I don't think we should raise our kids the same way we were raised in Africa, where when it comes to kitchen duties, we just delegating that to ladies. I mean, men cannot be in the kitchen. Oh hell no! You won't say that in Africa. I mean, at least no everywhere. In some area, yes, you can see that. You can see boys or girls both doing the same chores because their parents know better. But in some part of the area, in some part of Africa region, that's not gonna happen. Especially where I'm from. Where I'm from, it's not gonna happen. I mean, God forbid you see a man trying to help the spouse, in the kitchen. Oh my God, what happened? But guys, Africa is growing. Africa is gonna see the most increase in population. Africa is gonna see the most development in urban, cities. So things are gonna change, guys. People are gonna need to change their mindset. We're gonna be busier than what we were. A lot of folks that left Africa and came here saw the difference. This country, the 9 to 5 applies to everybody. 9 to 5 applies to women and men. 9 to 5 applies to mom and dad. You know, I've heard of couple who separated, split because issue was food. The guy was like, he was coming home, having anything to eat, and wife wasn't taking care of him and all that. Well, my man, why don't you learn how to cook? I mean, I'm not trying to just call him. I'm not trying to insult anybody. That's not what I'm trying to say. And it's not because I'm a chef that I'm saying this, guys. It's not at all that. But I truly believe that it's beneficial for a couple to have both parents that can cook. For one, you don't have to wait for mommy to come home every time to make food for the kid. Mommy get tired too. By the time mommy come home, food is done. What's wrong with that, my man? What's wrong with our parents? So I want to bring this up front because I think we need to change our mind. I've been surprised to hear that some people even living in the US or in Germany or in France are still saying that they don't teach their boys how to cook, or they don't even want their boys in the kitchen. They still just thinking that kitchen is just for the ladies. My man, you're making a huge mistake. There's no word, there's no law of nature, there's no law of any religion that forbid a man to be in the kitchen. In fact, you are called to be there, help your spouse. You are called to help your spouse. Now, I'm not saying you have to be the same expert as they are. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you have to be at the same level. That's not what I'm saying, guys. But what I'm saying is that you can help as well. If you make it an effort to help. Now, don't come and just say, I do dishes, as long as she can do dishes, that's okay. No, my man, no. Because what you're doing is that if you have a boy, you're only setting him up to just be just like you. Where he's going to be like, I can only do dishes. My man, you know how much money you save if that boy grows up and know how to cook? You know how much he will understand his spouse as far as, what they will be doing in the kitchen? You know how much communication there will be if both of them know how to cook? You know how much love there will be if both of them know how to cook? When you have one parent that can cook and the other one that cannot cook, sometimes it's hard for the kids. Because when that other parent that can cook is not home, it's a challenge for the other one. Because you don't know what to cook. You have to rely on the other one to always make the cooking. Now, I'm not saying that cooking is the only thing. Guys, I'm not saying that. There's way more other thing than just cooking. I am only bringing cooking because that's the only thing that I'm an expert at. I'm a chef. Of course, yeah, I can talk about other things, of course, education, all that, raising our kids, because, I got kids too. So I know how to talk about that too. I could talk about finance and all that because, I do have a degree in finance, but that's not what I want to bring today. Today, I want to bring something that we purposely, we are doing this on our own. This is not something that, it's like, women are not just born with a magic hand that says that you can cook. No, they learn it too. So we can learn it as well. But we use excuses, patriarchal society excuses. We use some kind of, some theory in Africa, and then we push our boys away from the kitchen. And guess what? That's why we don't see culinary, we don't see them a lot in culinary. Thank God things are changing now. And some of the boys or some of the girls are learning, study culinary, field as a choice of the study. I didn't have that chance when I was growing up. Because I would have loved to do that, but it was just like, you gotta study law, you gotta study business, you gotta be doctor, nobody says that you gotta be a chef, or nobody says you gotta study the culinary field to be a banquet manager or be an event manager. Now it's changing, yes, but although that is changing, the proportion of girls and boys is still low. So please, I am not here to insult anybody. I'm just raising a question, which is, as we are raising our kid here, as we're raising a kid in Africa, let's change your mentality and start thinking about teaching both boys and girls how to cook or the duties of the kitchen. That will help us a lot. Once again, Thank you for watching Eat and Talk Africa with Chef Jamil Bah. Thank you for your support.